Hey everybody, how's it going? Sadly, not another non-TTM one. I just have not been getting stuff back. I don't know, I sent out a ton of stuff over the summer and just not a lot of it came back. I don't know if a lot of it just got lost or some of it's just not being sent back or just taking longer than normal. That may be. I mean, Terry Funk is usually like a couple of weeks, but the first time I sent to him, it took several months to get back, I think it took like 7 months. But after that, every other time was like only a couple of weeks. So who knows? So this year has been very hit and miss for all of us, both for entertainment and for other stuff, like even in autographs, like the Kurt Angle RTS I got where they said he's charging now. Which was a bit of a shame because he was the last TTM I got last year. In fact, it's been 1 year since I first got back from him. The fact he's charging $5 isn't too bad. I'll send that out at some point. But even though it's not been a great year for me TTM-wise, there has been some good stuff. I got a new girlfriend. You've seen, I've put up some videos of the two of us just goofing around. And they're on YouTube. And there's some other stuff, I've got. And a lot. I got to see my favorite band this summer with my dad, Kiss. That was really cool. I've been waiting to see them since I was 13. 7 years it's taken. Guns N' Roses, another favorite band of mine, got back together. On my birthday, actually, their first show was on my 20th birthday. Was at the Whiskey. That was my birthday. And I think that was the day that the Misfits also announced Danzig was rejoining, so I sent that to my dad, and he was like, "Why aren't they coming to Des Moines?" I was like, "I don't know." He's a big Misfits fan. My cousin Hannah got married a few weeks ago. That was very nice. It was a very nice wedding. Very short compared to the weddings in my mom's family, because my Aunt Sue and all her kids are Catholic, so those weddings go on forever. It's just really long weddings. Not bad, but just really long. I'm sure there are some Catholic weddings that aren't super long, but these all were. So instead of doing just, but I have gotten some stuff back this year, not just autograph related, but stuff I picked up through eBay and through thrift stores that is pretty cool. I figured I'd show you guys some of it. I guess I'll start with the big things, the Power Rangers stuff. I'm a big fan of Power Rangers, have been since I was a little kid. Have gone through phases of not being interested, but got back into it in high school. Around the time of the 20th anniversary. Here's actually the first thing that kind of started the collection off again. My Ninja Mega Falcon Zord. This is the original one from the 90s. I picked this guy up at Jay's CD and Hobby in Merle Hay, and the Falcon was already mine. I've had that since I was a kid. He's not in great shape. He's missing his tail. His feet are all beat up. But he didn't have the Ape Zord, and I figured he would probably just get stripped for parts. I think I got him for like $15, so I bought the Ape Zord for $10. Got him home. He came with one of his swords. He doesn't. I popped the Falcon on, bought the Ape Zord, and he was on his way home. And after that, I decided to start picking up some other stuff just for fun. None of my Megazords are complete, sadly, with the exception of, well, he's not a Megazord, but the Warrior Wheel, because he didn't come with anything in America. Apparently he did in Japan, but then I got the RPM Megazord. He's missing a couple things, like the wheels for the Bear Zord, the sword, and the eyes for the Blue Zord. Get your foot back out. Then I picked up Ninjor off eBay. He didn't have his sword or scabbard, but otherwise he's in pretty good shape other than his stickers. And today I got in the mail Arik the Conqueror. He's got some issues, but I think I can fix him. It's not like too a little bit of damage to one of his clips so he doesn't close all the way, and his head's kind of stiff. I think that's just not having the key is the problem there. And also this Wild Force Tiger Zord. The 3 of the 4 feet are broken off. I have them, but she needs new legs. But works perfectly fine as an arm, so I'm going to pick up the other Zords, probably at Jay's or through eBay, or maybe through a thrift store, and just pop this on and just use it as an arm, and just not have it as in tiger form. Maybe pick up another one. So that's it for the Power Ranger stuff. I have picked up some other stuff, though. I have a ton of Morphers back there on that shelf you can't see. This was one I picked up over the summer. This is Fantastic Four 47. This is the first appearance of Maximus the Mad. This is worth a couple $100. I got it for about $20 on eBay. I was the only person who bid on it, and I managed to get it for $20 plus I think like $3 shipping. So all in all, a very good deal. Did get some stuff for another collection I do. I don't collect tapes as much just because they take up so much room, but I do pick up stuff that's interesting. So this year I picked up 3 things from my VHS set. Not because they were cheap and easier to get than the DVD, but because of what they are. So here we have the Muppet movie. I'll show these two first. And the Muppet Christmas Carol. Now, why are these significant? These are demo promotional copies. So, these are actually copies that were sent to retailers. They do have the movies on them, but there's probably text. I haven't watched them yet. These two were in shrink wrap still, but the shrink wrap was torn, so I took it off. I had one before that, which is Crumb, the documentary about the cartoonist. And this is also a promotional copy, and sometimes at the bottom it pops up and says not for resale. And I got this one and the next tape I'm going to show you from my uncle. He gave me this back in high school, and this one I just found when he was like getting rid of some of his tapes. The box is a little damaged, but this is really cool. It's a tape of Deadwood, but it's not just any tape of Deadwood. It's not just a promo copy. This is the copy that was used for Emmy consideration. This was the copy sent to the Emmys, and it just popped up in the Salvation Army he managed. For your consideration, Deadwood Outstanding Drama Series. How cool is that? I have a tape that was sent to the Emmys. I've also got a CD like that. And then a few days ago, I showed a picture of this on Power Rangers Traders, Buyers, and Sellers on Facebook. When I picked it up, when I got to see my sister. That was another good thing. My sister came home from her missionary trip that she'd been on all year. I was really worried sick because she was in some very war-torn parts of Africa. In fact, one village she had been in couple weeks later was butchered by guerrilla fighters. But the day we finally saw each other after she got back, a few weeks ago, she'd been back since Thanksgiving, we went to a place called Collectomania, and I normally didn't find a ton of stuff there, but this time I was just finding tons of stuff I wanted. And one of the things I found was a big bad Beetleborgs figure of the Shadowborg, who's like the bad guy for Beetleborg. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I'll get that. But I also found something. I was looking through some VHS tapes and I saw Beetleborgs, and I was like, oh, what's this? So I pulled it out. I have the first season on DVD, so I wasn't going to get it. Just one. It is a promotional copy for the movie version of the 5-parter of where the Shadowborg was featured. Not for rental or sale. Interestingly, it just says Beetleborgs, not Big Bad. I don't know why. And weirdly, Shadowborg is not on the cover either way. Nor is the White Blaster Beetleborg. But that's another story for another time. So, it was pretty sweet. So yeah, Power Rangers has been kind of the big focus. My Doctor Who DVD collection has kind of slowed down a little. I am still collecting that. I'm still trying to get the classic series. I'm watching it again. I'm about, I guess, third of the way through the second Doctor's DVDs, which isn't saying much because most of his era is lost. But one day while I was out with some co-workers, we went to a place called Hope Thrift. There's 2 of them. There's one in Merle Hay and one on the south side. The one at Merle Hay I've gotten a ton of books and DVDs from. Got a lot of my wrestling DVDs there. But while we were there, last time we were there, I found all of these guys, except for one thing in here. We have Karate Kid toys. We have Masters of the Universe toys. We have Ninja Turtles. We've got Voltron. We've got a Rambo figure. We got some miscellaneous stuff. Only thing in here that didn't come from there was this guy. I've had him since I was a kid. He was a hand-me-down from one of my cousins. A couple of things that aren't in here because they're just so big. One is Battle Cat without his armor, sadly, but he's so big, so he just sits on top of the case. And then a couple of guys from Thundercats. We have Panther and Lion-O. They just had and they had a ton of boxed stuff too. There was a Power Rangers thing I want, but it didn't have a price tag on it, so they couldn't sell it. And then I do have Mumra as well, but I got this guy at Jay's in Valley West like a year and a half ago. But these two I got at Jay's. So, yeah, for collector stuff, I've done pretty well this year. I have gotten some cool returns this year. You know, like I got Stan Hansen this year. I got Simon Dean Nova for my BWO mat, especially. That was sweet. So now I need Stevie Richards, and I'll have the complete trio of the BWO, and then I need like Michinoku for the Tommy Young. To my pal Chris. Annoying that he signed both of them to me because I for the other one for someone else, but that's another story for another time. This year I think I'm going to send out a little more. I'm going to focus not just on wrestling though this year, though there are a few things. I've got a comic book from Marvel of the old WCW. It's issue 2. It's got Ron Simmons on the cover. I'm sending that to him. I don't know how many of those he's ever signed, so that'll be kind of cool. He charges now, but it's worth it for Ron Simmons. One other thing, Power Rangers related. I forgot all about this. Shout Factory has the license, and they do it much better, much more justice than Disney ever did. Disney did an abysmal job because for some weird reason they hated it, even though they bought it. I don't know how that works. But Shout Factory put out 4 sets of Mighty Morphin to RPM. Here's the Mighty Morphin box set, complete series. And here's the seasons 4 through 7 box set. I bought this buy it now from a pawn shop for $30 online. It was on eBay, but it was a pawn shop's eBay store. I think it was in Michigan. It wasn't like Golden. American Jewelry and Pawn? Is that the one from Hardcore Pawn? It wasn't that, but I think it was in Michigan. It was during the summer, so I don't remember. Spring, summer, so. And then this one, I actually won in an auction. Now, these are both like $120 sets normally. $30. $10. I am the king of eBay deals. So, yeah, that is some... Oh, speaking of stuff I'm going to send out... Speaking of eBay and stuff I'm sending out TTM-wise for music, because that's going to be a big focus. I'm going to get the other Heart albums. I have their first album. I'm going to send those to Roger Fisher and have his brother sign them because he produced them like I with the first one. And then maybe I'll send them to Ann and Nancy. Hopefully both of them sign it this time, unlike last time where it was just Nancy. I got this in the mail from eBay today. Lordy the Aracalypse. Now, anyone knows me knows I'm a big Kiss fan, and Bruce Kulick plays the guitar solo in one of the songs in here. And I think it is still in my computer. So, I'm going to send this to him and ask him to sign it. Hopefully he will. Hopefully at least he'll send it back. I would like to get the band on it, but none of them sign through the mail as far as I know. And they don't come to the States very often. At the least, they don't come to Iowa. Which is a shame. I'd love to see this. This is the band that got me into rock and roll. I'm going to go see a movie with my dad tomorrow. We were going to go on Christmas, but my dad was just so tired. I was too. Just didn't get a lot of sleep that night. So I think we're going to go see Rogue One, which is fine by me because I love Star Wars. You know, I mean, Fantastic Beasts also looks kind of cool, but for me, Rogue One is where it's at. I'm a Star Wars geek and always will be. And this video is a lot longer and more rambly. And Jesus, it's 15 minutes. I didn't mean for it to be this long. I'm sorry. It's just been kind of a crazy year for me, and I just wanted to recount some of it with you. And I'd like to hear from everyone who sees this. Tell me. Do a video if you want, or just, leave it in the comments. Especially if you're a subscriber, do a video. I'd love to see it. Just so General Vader, Brandy's, anyone who's subscribed, tell me what some of your favorite things you got this year, TTM or otherwise, were, and any kind of fun events you had. Here's to the new year. Here's to all of you. Hopefully we all have a good new coming year for collecting stuff, be it autographs or otherwise. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. Bye.